What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. In today's video I'm going to be playing a Skewed World, which for those of you who don't know is a map where the camera is always panned away from the road. So instead of seeing all the road and the cars and the signs and everything like that, I'll just be seeing the side of the road, like the vegetation and maybe a house or two or something like that. It's definitely harder. Sometimes you're just looking at leaves. So that is why the world record on this map still sits at only 21, despite lots of people giving it a red hot crack and trying to push up higher than that. So today we're going to be playing no moving, panning, or zooming, obviously. Okay, so first off, this round is looking like Bhutan. We have this kind of white house here with kind of a shallow roof. Yeah, just definitely looks like a Bhutanese house. I think without that, I really probably would have got this wrong. But yeah, that architecture is quite distinct, and so I think we can go probably somewhere near Thimphu here. Should be nearby there, I imagine. Ends up being in the middle of the country, but that's a good start to the streak. Okay, next one here is looking like Turkey. We have like a big open, like triple lane highway on each side, so that is definitely a Turkish thing to see. And when you see triple lane, should be somewhere near a bigger city. I would say this is more western. I'm gonna go near Izmir here. Let's try that. Ends up being not too far away, especially by Turkish standards, that's not too bad. Okay, next one here is looking like maybe Senegal. Yeah, vegetation seems quite Senegal. The reddish dirt kind of looks like Western Australian dirt. It all fits for Senegal here. We've got the Generation 4 coverage, and it looks like we might have a wide blur. So that makes me basically 100% confident here. Just go there, and it ends up being, yeah, further over that direction there. Not too bad. Okay, we're already on 3. It's a good start to the video. This immediately feels like Japan or Korea. Bolod might be more Korean. Kind of feels like we're not low camera either. So I guess it has to be Korea. Even though these houses might have felt a bit more Japanese, I think I will just go for Korea here. If we're wrong, it's good to go on fast anyway, and we are correct. Good. Okay, so we're already on 4. Great start to the video. Here we have some language which I think might be Swedish. I think combined with this dash here should be Swedish language. Kind of looked like Norwegian or Swedish, and we have Generation 4 plus hills, so yeah, basically has to be Sweden here, I think. A little bit hilly. I like to click near Sundsvall when it's hilly like this, but could be anywhere south as well, and it ends up being just south. Okay, so a really good start, 22,000 points, and 5 country streak, so that's a really pleasing start to the video here. Not a particularly difficult first seed there. Next one is looking like Colombian fence maybe. Could also be, I suppose, Brazil. Something like that. Could it be in Asia? Yes. But I feel like this is quite Colombian. Also, Mexico possible. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I do kind of think like maybe this region of Colombia here, and it ends up being that region of Colombia right there. So the reason I kind of knew it might be over there is because we didn't see any mountains, and obviously all these ridges here would probably show up and around like that. So if you see it's something looking particularly flat in Colombia, maybe consider this region here, or if it's a bit drier, the north part. Also, if you're enjoying the video, guys, so far, please hit the like, help me out in the algorithm, that would be much appreciated. And let's see if we can push this record up a little. 6 is the current standing, and this is our first hard round for sure. I would say that this might be somewhere in Spain. Spain seems quite possible. North Spain, South France. Feels very European. We don't have any reflectors inside this guardrail. Typically, you would see some in Spanish guardrails, I would say. So maybe France is the better option here. Maybe so, or maybe even Portugal, but the road doesn't feel too Portuguese. Normally, well, wouldn't want to like speculate too much, but something doesn't feel that Portuguese about the road to me. So maybe Italy instead then, if we're talking about that kind of latitude. Maybe it is Italy or France. Of the two, I may actually prefer Italy here, but yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. I think I'll just go for it so we don't waste any time here. And okay, it was Italy. Nice, on Sardinia. So we continue. That was definitely a losable round, but this one's looking much easier. This green sign over here kind of looks very Korean. Also, winter coverage is very common in Korea as well. Kind of underrated hint. I don't think I hear too many people explaining it to new players, but yeah, do consider Korea when you see such winter coverage. This is also a Hyundai, I believe. So yeah, that would fit for Korea as well. Just gonna click middle here again, and it ends up being middle. Very nice. Okay, on for a good score again this time. This is Russia, I would say. We've got like larches or spruces or something, but looking quite Russian, I would say. Maybe around Baikal. The only other possibility here is Sweden, I think. But yeah, I'm pretty confident for Russia, so let's just click Baikal here, and it ends up being Sweden. Whoops. It was a rocky. Okay, let's go back on that for a second. So we had rocks around the side of the road there. That is quite typical in like Murmansk and like Sweden as well. So Guessing in Murmansk would have been a better guess, and it must have just been spruces, not larches. So I'm still not the best at telling them apart, but yeah, 8's not a bad start to the video. In fact, it's a really good start to the video. Okay, next one here is just going to be somewhere in Ukraine. Pretty standard stuff with the red car and the long antenna. So move on to 1. So yeah, very happy with that start. Honestly, 8 streak on this map. Give it a go yourself. I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, so I cannot be disappointed about that. Here we have the black back of the sign. Can I get the right state here? Black back of the sign. And white signpost should be just Brazil here. I do kind of think it's one of these northern states based on the landscape here. And why not? Is it Pernambuco? I kind of feel better about Paraíba here. And it ends up being, you know, not too far away from both of them, but just in Piauí instead. Okay, next one here is kind of impossible. We've got some bamboo maybe, so that could help us out here. Banana plant as well. Feeling decent about Philippines here, so I think I'll just go for that. Could be anywhere here though, and it ends up being in Colombia. If you've watched my channel before, you know that me going Philippines on Colombia and Colombia on Philippines and getting the exact right latitude is basically the story of this map. I've done it so many times. It's like, some of you guys will be laughing right now, I know it. Anyway, this one looks like Greenland or something like that. Just click Greenland here. Yeah, Greenlandic architecture there. Okay, next one is Russia. Definitely seems like Russia to me. Could be Ukraine on the off chance, but definitely preferring Russia here. I'll just click near Ukraine in case. It ends up being in Perm. Okay, nice. Next one here, black number plate, divided road, feels quite Tunisia, probably near Tunis maybe, but not really sure. Ends up being a bit further south, near Monastir. Okay, we're on 3 again, and that was pretty quick as well, so can't be too disappointed about that. Let's head into the next round here, where we are looking at, maybe Portugal makes sense here, a lot of pines. This house over here feels a bit Portuguese, maybe. North Spain also fits. I thought of Greece off the bat. Not feeling that great about that now. Ever South Africa? I don't think so. I can't think of anywhere in South Africa that look like this. So I just go North Portugal. Ends up being North Portugal. Very nice. Just vibes there. Just vibes. Next one here is looking like Thailand or Cambodia. Probably leaning Thailand here just because these hills in the background look a bit more Thai to me, but could I be missing it? Maybe. I just go here, generally speaking, and it ends up being in Cambodia. Okay, well, you know, you lose that 50-50 sometimes. Next one here is, what? A little bit harder. Maybe a Brazil or a Colombia. Either possible. Maybe a Mexico as well. I like Brazil, but I'm just trying to think of where I'd put it, and nothing really comes to mind, so maybe I should actually go in Colombia here. I don't know. We don't see any mountains north, which is a little bit confusing to me. Well, yeah. We're on 0 streak, so I'll just go for it here. Let's just click Brazil, and it ends up being Mexico. Kind of makes sense. Mexico, often you see hills, of course, so and mountains, so made it a little bit harder. This one is Brazil somewhere, and I would say that we are, I don't know, it feels fairly central, so I will just try the capital here. I will go somewhere in Brasilia, let's try that. Not too bad, ends up being in Rondonia. Well, I guess that's not that good, but it is central. Next one here, hills in the back, long grass. This is more typical Skewed World stuff, not easy at all. I would say maybe Colombia. I love going Colombia on this map, but no. This tree feels more European, actually, so I want to try it, but the long grass is strange. Almost thought about, like, Ukraine here. I'm going to try that. Not really confident, but we'll try it. And, okay, what's Sri Lanka? Well, it was not South America, so at least we can say that. But, yeah, okay, we lost our streak again. So, back to it here. Back on 0. This one's Japan just because of the blur. Also, this roof would have allowed us to get Japan, I'm pretty sure. I'll go here, not really sure, though. Ends up being a decent guess. Well, by Japan standards. Next one is probably Austria or Slovenia, based on the bollard. Bike lane or something here makes me think more Austria, but yeah, it could be either here, I guess. And it ends up being in Austria. Indeed, very nice. Next one here is looking like Taiwan, maybe? No, take it back. This temple here is probably actually a mosque or something, so maybe just Malaysia. I kind of feel like I like Malaysia over Indonesia here, but could be either, I suppose. Yeah. It does feel a little bit like Java, so I would not be surprised, but I'll try here as well. And it ends up being, yeah, just over the border. Yeah, it's kind of typical, just over the border, so not really much you can do there, I feel. Okay, here we have the small I with capital letters with the small I. That should be somewhere in Turkey, generally speaking. And can I get the city here? That would be, Geoguessr would be proud if I could get the city here. It says ERI there, so could we be in Kayseri? So it's possible. And we are not, but we are not too far away, so it helps us get close, I guess. Random rocks here. Random rocks makes me think of a few places. How green does this grass look? It feels like it's quite, you know, quite a colder climate. My first thought with the random exposed rock was like Espirito Santo, where you see similar mountains. Now I'm thinking of like North UK or something like that, honestly, just because of the fact that this looks a bit colder. Even Iceland possible here. So 3 very different countries in a way, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just go for what's best here. Maybe just North UK feels most likely. And okay, it was Iceland. Okay, at least I thought of it. But yeah, not too much going on in that round to be able to feel confident. Yeah, any which way. Okay, next one here, we are looking at some Jordan, I would have thought. Black number plates, yes, I think so. Could it be Tunisia? Actually, not so sure. I think the buildings look more Jordan, but I'm not normally so unsure. I still think it's Jordan, but we'll see. It ends up being Tunisia. Okay, I don't make that mistake too often, but to be honest, like normally when you're panned towards the road, there are so many clues anyway. Oh, we had black number plates. That was a silly guess, but whatever. It's okay. When you're on 0 streak or 1 streak, it doesn't really matter. Wow. Bit of a mistake there, just in a national park car. I thought it was the South African one. Didn't look too hard. Okay, I will concentrate a little bit harder as we move into these next rounds now. Feels like Portugal or Spain. Maybe even on one of the islands. I would lean Portugal, I think. We'll just try it. Ends up being Greece. Okay, Greece is my third thought, but okay. This is hard. Maybe like Czechia. Czechia most likely here. Slovakia second most likely, I think. And ends up being in Genoa, okay. This is Australia. Finally an easy one for us. And it will be just in Western Australia. Okay, so let's improve on that seed. That was pretty abysmal. Let's see if we can get better than that. This looks like, it's Asia, I think. Asian looking architecture, right? Oh, I love this kind of round. There's not too much to work with, but I think we can get it. Arts and science. A bit of English. Almost thought of like Thailand, but English on the sign is certainly leaning me away from that a little bit. It feels a little bit like Laos, honestly, but could it really be Laos? I don't know. I feel like it's like, we don't have any script, but I feel like it's like Laos, Thailand, or Cambodia for some reason. But I guess it could just be Indonesia as well. Yeah, it's really not too much to go off of here. That would be too ballsy to go to Laos, I think. There's just too few places where this can be in Laos. But maybe I'll try Cambodia. That's my second thought here. So I'll go for Phnom Penh here. And, okay, just Manila. That explains the English. But I didn't get the vibe off the architecture, so okay, whatever. Next one here, just like a Bulgarian vibe, I would say, off the leaves. Ends up being Romania. Okay, it had to be one of the two, I think. Next one's just looking a lot like Singapore. If it's not there, it's going to be surprising. It's just KL. Yeah, KL and Singapore can look similar. So losing all the 50-50s now, but it's okay because we're losing them early on in the run, so it's really fine. This one should be like subbar, I would have thought. Whoa, Bhutan. Okay, that house didn't look as Bhutanese, I think. This is an Italian bollard, but it's so dry and flat that I'm wondering if it could be like... do you ever get that in Israel? But it doesn't really look like Israel either. To be honest, it looks like Argentina or something. Do I go Argentina with the Italian bollard? I can't remember if they would ever use that there, but I feel like that fits best for the landscape. I just can't think of anywhere in Italy where this would be. Okay, if it was like all the way Bari, but I don't think it looks like that. I have to go where my heart calls me here. I could be wrong, and I am not wrong. Okay, all the way down south there. That's a hard round. Who knows how they have Italian bollards in Argentina? I mean, I know there's lots of Italian influence over there, but wow, I didn't know that. Okay, next one here. Holy poles, really wide as well. Hungary most likely here. Flat with holy poles, I guess so. I'm not entirely sure, but we're on a low streak. It's just Poland. That was my second thought. I've been dying a lot to second thoughts here, but whatever. This is probably just Nigeria. Separated highway, concrete pole there. Yeah, very nice. Actually pretty close. Here we have like a Spanish-looking field. Could be Greece as well. Maybe I like Greece the longer I look at it. Spain or Greece, I think. You don't really get these like olive trees so much in Italy. I think the fact that we like kind of have like a bit more of a patchy looking side of the road here leans me more towards like a flatter part of Greece, but it could just be Spain still. And we actually are in Turkey there. That makes sense. We had litter on the ground, and, you know, like, it is more likely, the poorer the country, the more likely you are to have litter, sad as it is. So that could have been an example of that there, I think, but not that Turkey and Greece are that different, but that's just Icelandic landscape there. This looks like New Zealand, probably South Island, I would say, near Christchurch maybe. Ends up being North-South Island. Okay, we're back on 2. That's good. I mean, I'm starting to think that the first run we had here was really quite lucky. But we can build back to that for sure. This looks like probably just Nigeria, right? I'll just go Abuja. I'm hoping I'm right. Yeah, it is Abuja, actually. Nice. Okay, and we're on a good score. Let's see if we can get a good score on this one as well. First thought was actually Malta here, but I think... Yeah, again, we have a little bit too much rubbish for Malta here. I think we actually may be back in Turkey, actually. Looking at these bearish mountains with, like, a little bit of green on them. Western Turkey probably makes the most sense here. But could it be still elsewhere? I mean, this house feels Turkish. This one's weird. I would still say Turkey. How far north or south, I don't know. But maybe thinking of kind of this region here. And it ends up being decent. 200 kilometers away, we'll take it. Okay, next one here. Wide blur, generation 2. Not so easy. Not so easy, this one. I think we just go quickly. It's something Mediterranean. Bit of Mediterranean roulette here. Fruit trees or something like... Probably... I actually don't mind Portugal here. But maybe Italy is more likely. I don't know. Just go Portugal. We'll try it. And... Okay, it is actually near San Marino in Italy. That was my second thought. Again... Haven't been getting lucky in that respect today, but that's okay. This one is looking like Russia, of course. Just trying to think if I can get a decent guess here. I think this is like fairly far out this way, maybe. I don't know. Okay, ends up not being. Next one here, we have a big yellow thing on this pole. I wonder what that means. Round is not familiar, honestly. I'm just trying to think of countries that are actually possible here. Could it be Kenya? Would be a weird Kenya. Okay, places in Europe. Maybe Romania with a big yellow thing. They often have like big yellow safety stickers on their poles, so I can see that. I just don't know where this is, so I will try Romania here. And okay, Ukraine makes sense. Makes sense, but not exactly easy. I don't think I can manage to go Ukraine there most times. Was not at the top of my head anyway. This looks like USA or Argentina. Sun is not really usable here, unfortunately, so we have to go based on the grass. Yeah, just looking... I mean, it could even be Canada. Yeah, maybe even thinking of Canada most likely here. Kind of patches of trees and stuff like that. It's not pleasant. It could even be Europe, but I'm going to try Canada here. And it ends up being Nebraska, my first thought. Again, second choice is winning today. Maybe I need to be more... I don't know what I need to be more of, but... this should be US this time, right? Second choice, Canada. Third choice, South Africa, maybe. Could this be South Africa? Sun's north. So yeah, I think it should be South Africa then, actually. We'll see here. Ends up being South Africa. Nice, okay. Next one here. What are we looking at? That is confusing. I thought of Peru or Jordan. Maybe Jordan's more likely. I think this kind of sheer rock face reminds me of this region of the country. It was Peru. Wow. Gosh, I mean, this has happened to me before, right? It's like always the other country that I mentioned that's actually correct. But this has been the episode for that. Wow. Thinking of USA here over Canada just because of the amount of like tarmac that's been what do you call this? Patched over, I guess. Whatever. I can't remember what the actual way to say it is. Wooden post is very Canadian. So we're kind of fighting between two metas here, and it's hard to pick which one's most likely. We got a green sticker on the stop sign as well, which is interesting. Oh my gosh, I don't want to go Canada and it's US again, but I think it's just more likely to be Canada despite this kind of patchy road. So I'll just go here. Let's see it. Okay, we're actually correct this time. Would have been felt so bad if we weren't actually USA there. Long dashes here for Senegal, I think. Yep. Okay, nice. Back to 2. See if we can at least get to 10. I really like to get to 10 for this video. This is Japan, clearly, with the wide blur, Japanese architecture. Region guess? Not so sure here, not so sure. Might just go in Osaka, I think. And it ends up being in Tokyo, okay. Fairly similar looking cities, all things considered. This one. I think should be Slovakia. So we have this kind of detached top head of the pole here. You see this one mostly in Albania, Czechia, Slovakia, occasionally in like Romania. This number plate here, if you can look with me, has a bit of red on it, I think. It has a bit of red on it. That would just basically mean it has to be Slovakia, because Czech number plates very rarely have any of that on them. It ends up being 43 kilometers away, very nice. Okay, that flat part of Slovakia there. This is Australia or South Africa, and this is kind of an exciting round. I must say, this is an exciting round for me, and let me explain why. Because we have here a white sedan, and it is a Holden. That's actually a Holden, which is basically only found in Australia and New Zealand, this type of car. And so, given the fact that I'm pretty sure this is not New Zealand, we actually used Holden to distinguish from a South Africa-Australia 50-50 here. It already looked a bit more Australia, but yeah, to be fair, it could have been like a Cape Town area or something like that. What do I actually like here? Maybe like a Western Australian trekker? There's a lot of stuff that looks like that there. Otherwise, I would think this is near Melbourne. Maybe actually that's more likely. I'll go Phillip Island to appease Bounty here. And it ends up being, yeah, near Margaret River instead. Okay, makes sense. We're on 5. Let's go. What are we looking at here? A bit of a white sand on the side of the road here is a bit confusing. Feels European, surely. Bit of like rubble, or a bit of like, yeah, what would you say, like gravel on the side of the road here is interesting. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. It feels kind of more southern, but yeah, maybe Bulgaria or Romania again, most likely here. Sandiness of the soil couldn't really sway me one way. Road almost feels Bulgarian, but not entirely. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what I mean when I say that, but I think I might try Bulgaria anyway. You know, it's not easy to say, but I think it's one of the two. Third choice, Hungary, but I don't think you see that sandy soil that much there. So yeah, I'll just go Bulgaria here. Ends up being Czechia. Okay. Yeah, I think that was just kind of an instance of something that looked a bit out of place and threw me off. Okay, this is, well, I thought with the hedge it should be New Zealand. Sun is north, so southern hemisphere. Okay, should be New Zealand then. It is a bit, the trees in the background look a bit weird, but surely it's not Argentina or something. I'm sure, but this should just be like Christchurch, shouldn't it? Yeah, hedges are everywhere in Christchurch. Just click Christchurch when you see that. Okay, it had potential to be good, that seed, but unfortunately it's a little bit too difficult. So let's move forward here. Still go a little bit longer. This looks to be somewhere in... It looks to be somewhere in... Where? A lot of tiny blurs. Architecture is multicolored. Southern Spain came to mind, but it is a lot of litter. If we're using litter meta, it is a lot of litter for southern Spain. So, where fits better though? I don't know. Sun is south, northern hemisphere, of course. Greece, Turkey. I mean, it would be funny if we had 3 litter rounds that were all Turkey, but architecture doesn't strike me as Turkish as the last ones did, at least. But I can see some regions of southern Turkey near Syria working here. So maybe that is actually most likely. I mean, I'm looking at some of these roofs over here, flat roofs. It is a little bit concerning. Doesn't strike me as particularly Turkish, but also not impossible. So I think that's what I'll do for. Could we even be looking into another country here? Also possible. I do wonder, though, about kind of this region here, Gaziantep. If we clicked in a town like this one here, would that be an insane guess if we were actually looking south into Syria here? Surely not, but I know there's a fence on the border. Jolo just told me about that, so this would be kind of the craziest guess in my life if it ends up being in that town. Yeah, I have to trust the letter here. I don't think it can be Spain anymore. Let's try it. Okay, it was Italian island. Goodness me, I hate those ones. In hindsight, architecture quite Italian, but yeah, I just didn't consider it with that amount of litter. Turns out that well, you know, you can't generalize too much, and of course Geoguessr is all about generalizing, but in that instance it does not help us out. So a few more tries here. Could this be Kenya actually? Kind of looks like we're driving on the right hand side of the road though, so maybe it's just Senegal like I first thought. Yeah. Kind of looks like the Kenya car a little bit. This tree also feels quite like kind of the eucalyptus is quite Kenya. Why are we driving right though? Still think I have to trust Senegal here. It is Senegal, good. Okay, yeah. Finida, Motel, Pivovarna. Trees are interesting here. Blurred out car, yellow sticker on the back of the pole. I thought of Montenegro here, but I'm really not sure if that's a good guess. We're on one only, and I can't think of anything better, so I'll just try it out here and not. Yeah, was not enthusiastic about that guess, ends up being Slovenia. This one's at least an easy Romania. Let's see if we can go quickly here and build up any momentum, because sometimes you just have to get that right seed. So this is obviously Argentina. Okay, 2 good guesses here. Happy with that, happy with that. Let's see if we can make this into a nice little last run for the video. Ooh, just go vibes, Oscar. Czechia maybe, Czechia or Austria, I think. Ooh, or USA, Illinois. Okay, makes sense, I guess. Ukraine, surely Ukraine. Yep, near Kiev. Next one, Taiwan, I guess, with the Chinese, right? Unless it's just Malaysia. Or Hong Kong. We've got like a salmon outside road here. I think it has to be Taiwan with that. Didn't give me Taiwanese vibes, so maybe Kaohsiung. Okay, nice. Yeah, southern vibes. There we go. Nice, very good. Next one is Chile. I think Concepcion area. Dirt road coverage would make sense. And okay, it ends up being near Santiago. Nice. This is Brazil. Let's try and get the state here. When it comes to Brazil here, I was thinking maybe northern, but yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with this little information. I will go in Recife here. Let's try it out. And we're not too far away. Well, yeah, again, we are actually far away. Okay, 4 in a row. I'll end off the video at the end of this trick, so let's see if we can make it count. Okay. Sun, not too useful. This one's like between Argentina and USA for me, I think. Argentina seeming more likely, but USA still possible. I think I just go Argentina here. This pole kind of looks like it has ribs in it, like an Argentinian pole. So I would not be surprised if that's just what it is. I'll go near BA here. Ends up being correct. Nice. Okay, on 5. Ooh, gettable. What is this here? Is that ever in Canada? I think this is US, but just trying to think if there's anywhere in Canada I can think of would do that. I should have studied my my guardrail metas for Canada, because I know they are actually useful. But yeah, winter coverage. I don't think this is an Ontario guardrail, so maybe USA just makes more sense. Anything else possible though? Maybe like, I don't know, it's too flat for, it's too flat and too cold for many of the other countries I was thinking of here. So I think I do just go US, but man, if this is Canada, I'll be pissed off because I should know this if it's Canada. USA can just kind of do whatever they want, but Canada I should know. The trees are rather thin, which reminds me of Canada as well. So Ontario really seeming like second best option here, but I think I just go something like North Minnesota, North Wisconsin, anywhere through there. We're going right here, guys. We're going in Grand Portage, in case it is. You can tell I think it might be Ontario, but I just don't remember this. Maybe it is Canada. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, wow, Oklahoma. What up? I did not expect it to be that south. That felt so northern to me. Okay, next one here. Portugal seeming likely with this kind of pole here. Yeah. Southern Portugal probably then. It is a little confusing. If we could see poles closer, that would be so useful. Landscape, kind of rolling, flat, feels right for southern Portugal. We do see the ocean to the south there, maybe, this blueness. So let's pick a town. Let's see if we can get a close score here. Could still be Spain, but Portuguese poles make more sense for what we're seeing, I think. So I will go say we're along this road like that. Not too bad, but we were not looking at the ocean at all. Well, we'll take it. Lost Portuguese poles. Okay, next one here. For the record, for the end of the video, let's see it. It's not easy. We've got brick architecture here, which I don't know how to interpret it just yet. We got palms mixed in with some more temperate looking kind of trees here. Okay. Spain, Portugal again. Don't really love them. Mexico. We do have litter meta here again, if we're going to talk about that. Quite a useful thing for a skewed world, I would say. Yeah. I think actually Mex is most likely here, despite the fact that the brick architecture is a little bit sus. A little bit sus indeed. I don't think it's Guatemala, although it is possible. Chile seems unlikely here. It's this pole that is really giving me concern here, because it seems to be made out of wood. And I'm just trying to think of any country there that would really use wood like that. I mean, Mexico rarely uses wood. Guatemala does use wood, but as I said, doesn't really feel like there. Open up the map here. Ecuador, an outside possibility. Anything else in Asia here working? Not really. Colombia, probably not. I think I'll just go Mexico here, man. Honestly, don't love the guess, but can't think of anything too much better. So I think that's where we're going to go here. This is for the video, guys. And it is Mexico. Chiapas. There we go. Good guess, good guess. Okay, next one here. Immediately thought of Mongolia. Less liking that the more I look at it, though. This is probably just Turkey. Yeah. Looking at this, like, kind of separated highway over here. I think that's basically all that's going to get me there. And so, if that is the case, then I would say fairly central and quite dry. Yeah. Can't think of anything better, right? Peru seems unlikely. This is... I look over here and I get confused. I look over here. Sorry. I look over here and I really think that this is just Turkey. So I just go for it here. And it is Turkey near Ankara there. Yeah, I did think of that area as well. Okay, we're on 9. So this is officially the best for the video, right? So if we can get to 10. Ooh, the game has other ideas for us. Although we have enough different trees that I do think it's able to be figured out. Banana plants, okay. Long grass. Fairly dense bushes. Thailand, I see, but I don't love. Maybe it is Thailand, though. These trees in the back feel a bit Thai to me. Indonesia, obviously always possible on around like this. Malaysia, don't love it. Yeah, Thailand and Indonesia actually sometimes look more similar to each other than Malaysia does to either, in my opinion, for certain rounds like this, for example. Obviously, something like Philippines or Colombia are still possible here. I don't see Colombia that much, though. Okay, sun, is it usable? Sun feels not too usable to me, I think, at least from what I can tell. We've got quite a bit of cloud cover. I think I actually go Thailand here. Even though I thought against it at the start, I think I'd just go central Thailand here. This is probably wrong, because it's a difficult round, and I really hope it's not Colombia, because that would kind of piss me off. But I just go here. It is Thailand. Wow. We're only on 10, but we've actually kind of made a really nice run so far. So let's see if we can continue that. That's a hard round. Okay, these indented roofs. Sulawesi thing, maybe? I think it's just Indonesia with the flags anyway. So we'll try it out here. And it is Sulawesi. Nice. Okay. 11 streak here. Could PB here. Oh, wow, we've got an untilted round here. If we're looking at this over here, just these trees, that's going to be hard. But we see we've got yellow rear plates and we're driving left, so we just have to be in the UK, which is beautiful. Will it be Birmingham? No, it won't be. It'll be Leeds. We're on 12. Let's see it. Ooh, I think I've had this round before. Oh, wow. I was about to say, I think I've had this round before, and it was Colombia, but we have an Ecuadorian bollard here coming in clutch. It can only be Ecuador, so there we go. Very nice indeed. Okay, 13. Let's see if we can PB here. 2 more to get PB. Just 7, 8 more to get top, and if we get 19, then we're on the leaderboard. So let's see. Yes, okay. Gettable. Possibilities here. Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil, Mexico. One of those 4. It's one of those 4. I'm calling it. Rolling landscape here. Architecture is strange for Brazil, but the green paddocks in the background do kind of remind me of there. We've got a reddish tinge to the road, as if the soil nearby might be red. That would be a next level IQ kind of move to call Brazil based on that, but I do think it is possible. Okay, sun. If we can work that out, we're in good straits here. Sun feels more north, which would mean me be more southern hemisphere here. So you can see the sun. The part of these that are facing north have sun on them, whereas the other part have shadow. But, that's a bit of a reach, maybe. Okay, if I thought this was Brazil, I would say Rio Grande do Sul. Uruguay, even now, striking me as an outside possibility. The longer I look at it, I think with this kind of rolling landscape, but without any mountains, I think Colombia kind of unlikely. What is that house, though? Yeah, I think it is Brazil, actually. It's not an easy Brazil, but I think it basically should be there. So Mexico, again, another country where you'd probably see bigger hills, but I could think of Mexican regions where this could be. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Brazil. I actually think the most likely way I would lose it here would actually be somehow Uruguay, but it feels a little hilly for Uruguay, so I think I just send here. Will this red dirt on the road actually have helped us out here as well? Okay, Chile. Well, I got the South American vibe, did not unfortunately pick up that Chilean vibe though. That was very green for up here, I feel. Because Santiago, quite a dry city, generally speaking, so this was really like, and look at that, these are like very, I don't think I've ever had around there looking at these hills, especially. So if we're facing this direction, well, you know, it's a difficult region, I can forgive myself for that. 13 countries in a row to finish off the video, though. Pretty damn good. So guys, I will see you guys in another one very soon. Thank you very much for watching all the way to the end, and give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Goodbye.